Alrighty, welcome everybody. 01 of 1 back again, and we've got a mining carriage over there. I don't think I'm really too worried about him though. We are back in Space Engineers, and in the last episode we made our drill head. And it's this massive thing down here. Now, after I logged off last night, or ended the stream anyways, I let this run for a good 5-10 minutes just so we could finish building everything. So everything now is built. So this is now relatively fully functioning, sort of. So what I get to work on today is this other part, which is going to be complicated. Right. So we're going to need extensions in here. And they have to fit exactly in here as we need them to. And the thing is, I don't know how far down this has to go. I'm assuming probably a good, I don't know, 20 blocks maybe? So, I mean, if we assume that each block is, you know, or each attachment that I had in here is 4 blocks wide, right? So I'm going to need at least 6 just to get down to the ice. And then I'm going to need more to get even further down. So I'm left with a couple options here. Viking, welcome. Says the screen is black for some reason. Is that better? Can you guys see? Wow, that was awkward. Wonder why that happened. That was weird. Huh. Anyways, yeah, so Viking says it's up now. Okay, that's good. Right, so, yeah. It's all built. This is our massive, massive drill head here. And the whole thing spins. And I have to get this whole thing to go outwards. So it's going to be fun. Alright, so this is piston drill shaft, and then this one is also, wait no, hold on, piston drill shaft, and then this one is also piston drill shaft magnet lower, and then this is piston drill shaft magnet upper. Okay, good. Okay, so these have to be grouped. So pistons, drill, shaft, magnet. Save. Okay. So those have to be grouped because we want them to go at the same time. So this is like, what is the proper way to do this? So I've come up with a couple of options in my head. One is sort of like a rotational thing. Think of it like the not the barrel, but the bullet holder in a revolver, like the revolving part of it, right? So something like that, where it revolves in a circle, and then I'll have another magnet thing set over here, so it'll grab it, and then pull it back, so it lines up perfectly, and then we'll reconnect everything. Carl says, hey, sorry I missed the birthday stream. How's everyone's new year? You're fine, Carl. Yeah, mine's been pretty much the same as every weekend. So. The other option that I came up with was to have like a sliding one that would move back and forth. Now the sliding one would probably work better, but then again, I think the rotating one would be more accurate. Okay, so if I was to do this, let me just try the rotating one first, and if it doesn't work, then fine. Okay. So now this is 2 blocks over here, right? want that to be that close. I mean, I don't think it really matters. But I also don't want to have this thing move at all, so maybe we don't do it that close. So if I did that, okay, then we'll put on some connectors onto the bottom here. And these will be kind of like what holds everything, I guess. Okay. And then we're going to need some columns in the middle here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if I put this in here correctly, it should fit perfectly, I think. Oh, these are gonna have to go out the other way because I need to attach blocks to them. Merge blocks, that is. Okay, so connector, and then I should probably also make these like this color, just because these would be well maintained, because they're like an active part of this whole drill rig. So if this part does not work, then you got issues. Okay, so then I can do merge blocks. Actually, you know what? No, I don't need to do merge blocks. I can just do this, right? And then we'll do connectors again. So that would go there, and then this would need to be the circles. Again over onto the top. And then that would lock, and then since that is on there, we could then get rid of this and get rid of that. Alright, so that would be like one extension right there. And then this thing, let's see, we would want this upper limit to go off in 90 degrees. And so then all we would have to then do is just update the angle on here, 90 degrees each time. So this is why you need people out here to do this, because I don't know how much of this can actually be automated. And then we'll just do kind of the same thing. And then this can go out to here, and out to here, then another connector over to here. And then that would have to lock, and then this could come out. Alright, and then we would integrate or increase this to 180, which would then cause that to spin again. Let's see. Carl says, same here, pretty normal, except I went and got some eggnog to drink tonight. Speaking of eggnog, I got some in my thermos right here. Delicious. It's the last of my eggnog, though. And considering it's the end of the year, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get more, but this stuff's delicious. Carl says, I'm watching you and Doc. He's live on Twitch playing Baldur's Gate. Great New Year's. Nice. Okay, then we have to tell that to connect. All right. Then we get rid of that and that. Okay, and then with that, this then goes up to 270. This could probably increase the speed a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then we'll go here again. And then that can go like that. Oh, that's not even the right way. Whoops. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. And then that gets locked. And then this. All right. So this is kind of like our little storage method, I guess. So, now for the hard part. Well, first off, let's get some power before I die over here. Oh, something interesting I noticed about my YouTube analytics. The Project Ascension, World of Warcraft videos that I've been doing, a couple of them got over 1,000 views, but like almost 0 engagement. And so I'm thinking that's the bot farms having a little gander. So I just thought I would share that. Let's see, we'll go here, and I want that to be sort of protected a little bit. But I mean, it's cool to see the views, but at the same time, like if they're not like real people, it's like, like does it really count for anything? I don't think so. All right, and then over here, I can do one of these things. And then, let's see, that one can go over here. And then that one can go over there. There we go. So that should, yeah, so it just kind of hides the rotor a little bit, which is what we're going for. All right, so now I need another thing over here. Carl said, I saw that 0, even without those 1.2K. The other WoW content is doing well. I'm enjoying it anyways. Well, that's good. You are probably the one real person who's actually watching it. Fun times. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I kind of want this to be... I don't know, something like this, but then that doesn't really make sense for the edge there, but then again, that makes even less sense for the edge. I have to put a piston up here, right? I'm just trying to think of like the best way to do it while kind of mimicking what I've got here. So it, you know, kind of sort of looks the same. So I mean, I could go, let's see. And let's see, I'm gonna need 2 out here. So we're gonna go for this. And then I'm gonna go for that. And then over here, we'll get this going into here, like that. And then here, we'll just do like a 45 or something. All right, so this has to reach across there. So we gotta put the piston on here. And then this is gonna need a magnet on the end. Okay, so now that has to reach out and grab this. And then it has to pull it back to here and get it exactly aligned. So that way I can then reconnect over there, reconnect up there. And then that's just gonna be like the whole thing. So let me see what I can do here. Let's see, we're gonna go into, I'm just gonna go back to calling these the ugly blocks just because it makes more sense to me. Right, so we'll do that. Okay, and then that can go over there. And then that one should fit right there. And then we can go into here. Let's see, that one can go there. Good. All right. So it's going to be kind of like a little holder type thing. And then I want to put like a smokestack or something on the end of this thing. Or what I could do is put like a little station on here. That would be kind of cool, actually. So that way someone can like go in there and, you know, kind of see what's going on. So if I want to do that, I would want to go into here. And then I would want to be able to see what I'm doing. And that is not for large grid. I mean, I could just put in like this little helm here and just stick it to the back. But then that doesn't really help if you're trying to like see what you're doing over here. So I'm thinking maybe not that. I kind of want to use this, but I can't use it in large grid. So that kind of sucks. I can use this. And then that would just, I don't know, stick on the top here so that we can kind of see what's going on, I guess. And then we could do something like this on either side to sort of kind of build into everything. Oh, hey, that just, like, wait, literally opens up? Since when? All right, so now I can get in here and, I don't know, maybe control things a little bit. But that's going to be interesting, to say the least. And this has to extend out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. which is basically the max, but it can't actually go out all 4 blocks because, you know, reasons. All right, so I'm gonna need you to reverse, and I'm gonna need you to reverse as well, because I'm gonna need to get this thing lined up. Carl says, I like the industrial cockpit. Is the door always open on it? That's interesting. That might be one of my mods. That makes those more interactive. So all of the cockpits kind of like open up or close or something like that. Okay, so we will connect here, we will connect here. Now that should keep the whole thing from moving, I would think. But just in case, I'm going to turn the inertial tensors on. Okay, and now with that, I can disconnect this, and then I want the auto connect to be off. All right, so now that holds everything in place and it's not moving, so that's good. And then this thing needs to retract, and didn't move, so that's good. All right, so I'm gonna move this out, or make the max distance on this thing 9.5. And I think that should stop us just before the edge there. And then this needs to speed up. There we go. So 2 meters per second. So to cover the whole distance, it'll take about 5 seconds. All right, so now this, well, we need a name for this thing. So shaft extractor, I guess. That's basically what it's doing, right? Okay, now that has to not magnetize here. In fact, let's make this auto unlock. There we go. Okay, so that should just push right past. So it would have locked had I not done that. And then this is going to stop, hopefully. Ooh, a little too far. Okay. So let's go to 9.35, and then we'll back it up a little bit. .35 is basically, yeah, I can see a little bit of space in between here, so that's actually pretty good. All right, let me grab some oxygen real quick. Just stand in the doorway here, because that's how you get oxygen, I guess. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna need a catwalk plate on here. And apparently I need construction components. Okay. Construction components, s'il vous plaît. There we go. All right. And then I kind of also want to put in this, just to kind of make it a little bit more, I don't know, something. Okay. So now, once that gets connected, we have to take this thing and lock it, and then we disconnect here. And then once that's done, we retract from here. Reverse. Oh, I'm smart. Let's go 2.5 and we'll see where that goes. Why you no work? Oh, because it's actually quite literally connected there. Well, that's awkward. Oh no. There we go. I didn't think about those actually connecting on there. Okay, so then that's just gonna have to be how that goes. Alright, so then this should now be able to reverse. Right? Why can this not reverse? Okay. What's going on here? Are you stuck? You're stuck. Why are you stuck? Why are you stuck? Why is this stuck? Sir, what is your deal, man? Okay, what? What is going on? What is wrong with this thing? This is messed up, dude. I don't whatever. It got stuck somehow. I don't understand how, but somehow it got stuck. Share inertial tensor. Let's see, max distance 9.35. Now, my only thought is that it's magnetizing to this bottom one as well. And 9.35 is too far. 9.25. Okay, that's better. Okay. Okay. It's what it's supposed to do. And now it's stuck. Why are you stuck? Do you need more power? I can give you more power. Apparently that... I don't understand. What are you stuck on? Okay. And now you're stuck again. What the hell, dude? What is this thing stuck on? You're stuck on empty space, dude. Fine. Are you happy, Clang? Are you happy? I don't understand. Don't Clang. Don't tell Clang that I yelled at him. I was really, really happy with the way that I had that thing too. I gotta rebuild it. Okay. See, and this is why I need to have that the way that it is. All right. Okay, so now at this level, 9.35 for a max might actually work, because we have to go in a little bit farther to hit. Actually, let's just keep it at 9.25. I don't want to. I don't want to risk incurring the wrath of Clang again. You need to go faster. Okay. Then we lock. We unlock. We reverse. And it gets stuck. Because there is a difference in here. This is up too high. That's probably why. Rotor displacement, drop it down as far as we can without incurring the wrath of Clang, which I think is about right there. Sitting a little high, huh? Yeah. Yep. Now I just hope this thing can still spin, because this upper limit now needs to go to 90. Okay. Okay, so, sir. 22 is about the limit. Okay. Nope. Still hitting. Okay, if you're going to tell me that I have to make shafts that are only 3 blocks wide, or 3 blocks long, I'm not going to be happy. So that is too high at the top. And at the bottom here, we can't really do anything to make it go any lower. This is annoying. It shouldn't be this hard to put shafts on here. It really shouldn't. Oh, right. There we go. So with shorter shafts, I can make this work, but now I'm going to need a lot more of them. Which is annoying. But I want to see where that's going to put this. Is that even going to connect? No. Nope. Nope. Okay, we're quite literally pushing against this right now. What more do you want from me here? That is the sigh of exasperation right there. Oh, what am I doing? That does not go there. That has to go up here. And this goes down to 0.6, I guess. Okay, sir, can you disconnect, please? Okay, seriously, why? What is this? Use your magnet. Why are you not magnetizing, dude? Do you need to go down one more? Dude, just... What is... Can you just... Okay, seriously? Why are you not... I'm getting annoyed right now. Because apparently this thing does not want to work at all. Okay. Okay, why are you not... Just go down. It's not even moving. Okay, it's fine. I will figure it out. I should not have to. It should just work, because that is how this thing is supposed to work. shouldn't have to build the ship to do this crap. Okay, look, sir. All I need you to do is go into here, right, and drop it down. That's all you had to do. Why couldn't you do that? Why did I have to build an entire ship just to do this crap? Dr. Close Enough says, Zero, chat, how's it going all? Cleaning up and shutting down stream stuff myself. Hope everyone has a great new year. Carl says, it's going, a little hiccup. It's a nice ship, to be honest. What, this little guy? Something I whipped up in about 2 minutes. Okay. But, thank you. We're going to put a reactor in here so I never have to worry about powering the thing. Alright, so let's grab some uranium. I don't know, like 100? Enough to run that little ship for a very, very, very long time. All right, so now that that's there, is this gonna still give me issues? Of course it is. Okay, so that's too far. 9.35, what were we at? 9.25, I think. And now it's stuck again. Right, because it's connected. So disconnect. I turned the auto lock off, dude. Disconnect. Disconnect. Can you guys help me out real quick? Auto lock is the thing that makes it automatically lock, right? So if I have the auto lock off, it shouldn't automatically relock, right? So why is it automatically relocking? Why are you automatically locking, dude? You should not be automatically locking. I have auto lock off. Auto lock off. It should not be trying to auto lock at all, but it's doing it for some stupid reason. Disconnect. What are you doing? Are you... Okay, we need this thing to be reversed. This thing needs to be turned off. Okay, that's not what... okay. Alright, it's getting warm in my room, so I'm going to open up the door real quick. Yeah, whenever I play this, my video card likes to go all out and ensure that I'm getting the best possible quality. This is so dumb. Alright, so this minimum distance, well, we need this to be at least 2.5. So if we do that, okay, so let's try 4.8. Okay, why are you, what are you getting stuck on? Seriously, I don't understand this thing. What are you getting stuck on? There's nothing for you to get stuck on. Okay, hang on. Maybe 4.8 was too far. Okay. Okay, we need a little bit more than that. 4.15. 4.2. Okay, so now for the other issue, this distance here is too much. This is already as low as I can make it, I think. Well, maybe not. Hang on. Well, let me put this thing back. this thing needs to go into reverse, and then this needs to disconnect. Okay. Now the question is, I don't know what the question is. There's a question in here. I'm not sure what it is. We'll go down to -20. That should be enough for it to spin freely. And then we'll spin this out again. Why is it locking? It should not be locking. Whatever, dude. I still don't like how far away that is, but it's probably going to be fine. And then this thing has to go down to meet this. So that means that I have to set this max distance to like 2. And then this has to be locked. And then I can push it down again. But now this thing has to have the max minimum distance changed to 0. And then once that's done, this whole thing can then push down again. See, these are not auto-locking, right? Because I have the auto-lock off. So I don't know why the other ones are. Alright, and once that's done, we have to take this thing, and then max this out again. That's going to lower the whole thing, hopefully without breaking anything. I have no idea how strong these magnetic locks are, but I'm hoping they're strong. And then we have to reverse this one again, reverse this one again. Okay. Now that that's done, this needs to be taken apart. That needs to be reversed. And then once that's done, this gets rotated around to the next one. Then this goes out. Apparently it locks for some reason. Then that needs to reverse. And that was what, 4.2? And then these lock again, and then this gets set to 0. So it's out of the way. After this thing gets unlocked. And then this thing gets pushed out to 2. So I think that's what it was. Okay. So it's basically the process for lowering this thing, right? And now for all of this, let me get some energy first. Is there a better way to do this? I'm sure. I'm sure there is. Now, what I wanted to happen was for those 4 to fit in there, like, nicely. But apparently that's not a thing that can happen. Now that's also just with this particular build though too. And then also there's no gravity here, so there's nothing technically pulling this thing down. So if we get into the rotor here, if I can, there we go. So main drill head. I think I had this set to 0.5. And then each of the subsequent drill heads. Rotors for the drill heads. These got set to 4. So that's how these things are all going to work. And then this all has to continue to run as I'm like disconnecting and moving stuff. And I have to go down like another, geez, like 6 shafts just until I get to ice. Now, I am very, very, very worried that this is going to break. Let's see, Dr. Close Enough says, okay, stream shut down and I'll be right back. Going to lurk mode as I head inside since office is detached from the main house. Okay. And so I'm kind of wondering if I need a better system than this. Because I feel like this is just asking for clang. And I really don't want to ask for clang. I mean, as long as everything is connected, it should be fine. But this is a little rough. Carl asks, what would be the alternative system? Something simpler. We would just have a ton of drill heads or pistons stacked on top of each other to connect down here, and then they would all just slowly drop out or drop down. That would be the easiest, simplest way to do it, but you wouldn't need a big fancy drill rig for that. So, I don't know, man. Alright, we're gonna change this to like 0.1. And this is going to be just moving out very, very, very slowly. And then as soon as I turn all the drills on, that's going to be fun. There's a lot of them. See, and I like this system, you know, because it's unique, and it's more similar to what they do in reality anyways. But yeah, this has to go down quite a few blocks. We'll probably start digging around here, this edge first, and then as we go farther down, slowly, Carl says you could keep it like this for looks while hiding that simpler system because this does look cool, like a real rig with pipes being added and dropped in. So the issue with that is there's no way to hide all of those pistons. We would need something and it would have to be fairly tall, and there's really no way to hide all of those. Like you would see it. I mean, we could still run it off of here, but then it would just be like pistons going straight down through here, and that's not going to look very good in my opinion. All right, so I don't know. We'll just keep going with this. It seems to be working all right, which, you know, is good enough, I suppose. All right, and then we're going to need to connect this. And that's got to go down the edge, probably here, and then that has to go immediately into a ton of containers. So before I even start drilling, I have to get all those containers in there. All right, and then from here, we'll have this go into frosty blue stuff. And it's just gonna be how that kind of goes into there, and then we'll go back into something a bit more fancy here. And then this would have to get changed out. So we'll grab one of these again. So I mean, like, once it's in there, we can start kind of moving it around. But we still have to drop it down again to go into our system in here. And that's going to be to here, so about right there. Now, we can make this look a little bit spiffier. Go to here. So it looks kind of like these things are actually bolted together. And then we can do probably a couple more down here. Now, does this need to be like this, or can it be frosted? We've got a decent view here. Can I not zoom in? Hello? Really? You're not gonna let me zoom in? It's annoying. Okay, so that is all in there. It does appear like it is holding it properly at the right distance. Okay, so then this is going to be the fun part. If we disconnect that, that loses all power. So we're putting a lot of torque onto everything right now. And then I have to make a couple more of these things, so... all right. It's not what I need. Okay, and then this needs to go to 270 degrees. Now, I was kind of thinking, probably stupidly, that I could just have like a pushing system. So like instead of having these things actually connected, I would just build a little container for them that they could slide back and forth into. And then like when you wanted one, you would just like push a piston out and then it would push the next one out to the edge or whatever, and you just kind of grab it. And the reason why I said kind of stupidly thinking that is because with the way that everything is in this game, where you have to be accurate with where you connect everything, otherwise you get lots of clang issues, there's no way that I could have done that. Okay, sir, I have the auto lock off. I don't understand, but okay, whatever. It's fine. All right. And then this needs to go out to, actually, hold on. Was that like 4.2, I think? So let's reverse that again. Okay. Now from here, we lock that into place. And then this needs to be, what was it, 2.2? And then that can reverse. Then while that is doing that, this needs to have a minimum distance of 0. Wow, that's a long lock distance right there. Okay. Now once that's done, everything starts spinning again because it's got power. And then then we need to disconnect our magnets down here. So that'll be this and that. That's how they pull back. And then this continues going down to 10. Now, ideally, what you would do is you would have this made bigger, and then you would have one piston set to move exactly how much you need. So like we need the 10, right? But then we also need the 2.2, right? So you would have one piston that could only move the 2.2, and the other piston that would take whatever that 2.2 is, subtract that, and then that would be your 10. So when you need to move your 2.2, you activate one piston. When you want to move it to the rest of it, you just activate the other piston, which then pushes it the rest of the way out to 10. Now that 0.1 per second, I think, is going to be too fast. But I mean, it's sort of working. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm gonna need to run, this is gonna have to go somewhere. Because once I hit that ice, we're gonna be pulling up so much of it, it's gonna be ridiculous. So let's get this to go out at least to here. So that's going to need this to go out to there. All right. All right, now how much space do we have in here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Okay, so now this is when we start getting a little Dr. Kostanov says that he is back, and happy almost New Year to all. Alright, so I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to put this in. Alright, and then we're going to need one of these. Before I do that, let me do this slightly differently. All right. Actually, hang on. Let me change this up again. Carl says, I will be lucky to make it to New Year's tonight. Yeah, I'm probably not going to make it. I'm going to go to sleep too. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I will. Alright, so now that I have that, let's go with these little square guys. And large cargo container again. And if you think I'm going overboard with all of these containers, you don't understand just how much is actually here. Alright, so now that I've got this, I want to do something a little silly. We're going to connect this to either edge with a pillar. Just a single pillar. So that way it kind of looks like these are going to be like suspended above the ground. Now, my assumption is that this will get all the way filled up before that thing goes through one of those, once we actually start digging. So it's going to be a lot. All right, so now, oh, my oxygen's about to run out. Might as well refill my hydrogen as well. Okay, sir. So I'm going to run these things out all the way to the end here. And that's how this is going to be. Okay, do I have the auto rotate on? Like, why? Let's see. Dr. Kosano says, better to have too much storage than not enough. Nothing like wasting resources and all that. I'm going to give it, then Carl says, I'm going to give it my all to stay up. My son's out there at a friend's house in my truck and I worry. Well, I mean, hopefully, if he is of age, hopefully he is not drinking and driving. And if he is not of age, hopefully he's not drinking. All right, there we go. Happened to fit in there quite nicely. All right, now we're gonna need all of those pillars. There we go. All right, so now I need to go into here, and that needs to go in between all of these. Oh, right, except for this one. This one needs to change and become one of... Actually, how did I do that over here? Circular, right? Pretty sure. Oh, it was that. Okay, never mind. Let's see. Dr. Kosnov says, you are a good dad. I do mean that too. Carl says he's a good kid. It makes it easy. And Carl says, thanks, Doc. Sounds like you guys got a little bromance going on here. Alright, and then we'll get this out over here. And then Dr. Close Enough does a little heart emoji. Dr. Colsino says, LMAO, I legit spit out my water. And then Carl says, it's a three-way, if anything. Zero, come on in. I can't come in if I gotta play the game so you guys can have something to watch. But it's fine, you guys have your little bromance. I'll just be over here, you know, making fun of you. You know, good-naturedly, of course. Alright, and then this needs to go like that. Good. Dr. Kosino says, so glad I wasn't drinking then. And then Carl says, I'm legit laughing so hard. It's good. We like a little levity in these videos. Makes it interesting. Alright, so now that all of that is in there, we can go back to this and placing all of this in here. Okay, and now we can go in here like that. Dr. Gilsno says, real chat though, Carl and I became friends because of you, Zero, so GG for that. I am glad that I could play at least some small part in your two's ongoing bromance. I feel like you can just call me Matchmaker Zero over here. How about that? Okay, so that is now good to go. We want to go over here now. Did I already get that? I did. Okay, so we got to go back over here. All right. And then that can go into here. And that should be all of these things done. Good. All right. So that is our storage solution. It's extensive, definitely extensive. And then let's see. I'm probably gonna want to do like a glass shielding over the top of it, but I'm gonna need so much silicone to fill this up with glass, like ridiculous. Because, I mean, like, if we get, like, bombarded or whatever, we want to make sure these things are protected at least a little bit. Not that I think we'll ever get bombarded, but, you know. Okay, how are we doing? How close are we? I think the next one might actually get us a little bit of ice. It's terrifying, but, yeah. And then my little ship here is nearly charged. Okay, so it's just not a good view down here. I need more light, I think, so that I can see it from 50 million miles away because it won't let me zoom in. All right. You know what? We're going to take out this block right here. We're going to replace it with an inset light. And then we're just going to max the hell out of this thing. $50 billion. Or, you know, 20. I suppose that works too. All right, so is that gonna be bright enough for me to actually see what the hell I'm doing? I have no idea. Let's find out. Nope. It's still dark. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going off of the colors here. That's the only thing I got. All right, so then we can lock that. Okay, so now the shaft is not moving. We can disconnect this and then retract this. And of course, while I'm doing that, those lose power, so they just kind of slow down on their own. But it looks like the two magnets here are holding well enough, so that's good. And I think one magnet wouldn't have been enough. I mean, it would have been enough technically, but I think there would have been too much wobble, so I think having two magnets here kind of actually did the thing. All right, so that is not what I wanted you to do, sir. All right, so this goes to 0. Okay, and then this goes out, and it's going to get locked because it's being dumb. See, why are you locking, sir? I have the auto lock set off. Does this like work in like a different way or something? Mag plate. And if you're paying attention to that name there, Dr. Close Enough, you might just get a little kick out of it. Okay, so minimum distance is 4.2, and then we reverse, and then we just disconnect. That will bring that over to there. Oh, I didn't even check to see if that went down all the way. Whoops. So that is now on, and then this needs to go, sir, back to 0. There we go. All right. And then this thing needs to go out to 2.2. All right, and then right, so the reason why I renamed that magnet specifically is that way I could go into here and see if there's something wrong with this. Auto lock is off. Lock, unlock. Okay, use for parking? No. Toggle block on off. Show on HUD. All right. Okay, so now that can lock. It's a puller, not a pusher. All right. So now that hold on, let me just make sure that that is in fact connected. Okay. Okay, so there we go. And now we're going to change this to 0.001. Was it 0.1 before 0.01? We're going to go to 0.001 just because reasons. Maybe we go 0.01. Okay. Yeah, that's probably about the speed that I need right there. All right, good. Let me go and grab. Carl is over there laughing at himself. It's all right, Carl. You can laugh at yourself. Okay, seriously, why do you keep putting me in there? I don't want to go in there. I want to hit this thing. All right, so actually this could probably go down the entire way and we still won't get any ice off. I think we got to go down to the next one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is speed this up a little bit. So right here is probably going to be the first part that this is going to hit. This is a lot of drills. Alright, how are we doing on our power? Okay, we're definitely using it. Hop in here. Do I have access to a panel anywhere? I do not. It seems like a mistake. Carl says this is quite epic for sure. Well, it'll be more epic if it actually works as intended. So, I mean, we're about 2 blocks off of hitting just the highest portion here. Oh, but that's actually pretty close over here, too. Oh, that's really close over here. Maybe we'll actually hit this first. But I'm kind of wondering, like, if I need this to go a little bit faster. Oh, that whole thing is spinning. That is not what we want. That is not what we want at all. Inertial tensor is shared, so that is terrifying. That is how things break. Well, only thing I can try to do is to get it to realign slightly. Oh, that's just not going to be a good idea at all. Yeah, that is a lot of weight to be moving around like that. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but this terrifies me. Viking says you might need to build some pistons with wheels on them. That's probably a good idea. I could give that a try. Maybe we can keep this idea alive. Otherwise, I think I am going to have to go with the tons and tons and tons of pistons connecting all of this. Okay, so here's the issue about using wheels, though. Wheels are not considered smart blocks, and no, I think honestly, I don't know if pistons are going to be the right way to do this, or sorry, the wheels are going to be the right way to do this. Yeah, Gordon says, yeah, Clang is ready, or is getting ready to speak. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, so we're gonna drop this. This probably isn't helping it at all. Yikes. Yeah, there's just too much bend in that. If it was pistons, like, it's a different story, but I think even with the pistons, though, it's still going to rock back and forth. But at least with the pistons, I can be sure that it's not going to fall apart, I think. Okay, so that is holding all of that on there. That does not line up. Not even a little bit. That's cool. Well, I mean, how does that work? Oh, right, because I'd have to push to 2.2, not to 0. Look, even with the magnets on there, it's still trying to bend. That is terrifying. Okay, so we have to get that not connected so that I can push this back out to 2.2. And then reverse this thing. And then once that's done, get these things to relock. So that way I can then disconnect this thing and reverse it. And then push this thing out to 4.2. And 9.15 is the max there, so... No, 4.2. See, and getting these things wrong is how you break things as well. So that should push it out to there. Then it locks it. And then this should be disconnected. And then we take this thing, push it out to 9.15, which should have pushed it out. What is it getting stuck on now? All right, fine. We'll do it this way. I don't like it, but it's what we got to deal with. So now this will go out to... No, I don't want to respawn. I want to go into here, get that, okay? Okay. And that should go down and connect here. And then this thing, if I can get this thing to turn off and not switch back on. Is that still locked in there? I can't tell. Then we can grab this thing. Okay, see, this is why it's important to have this stuff man. All right. Okay, now minimum distance is going to be 2.2. I said 2.2, sir. Thank you. All right. So that's all connected in there. We need this to be unconnected. And then I could probably go in here, turn the rotors off. Turn the main drill head off as well. That way at least it'll stop spinning a little bit. I could probably turn all the drills off too. There we go. Alright, so now we gotta see if we can put this thing back on here. Okay, so that is all now connected. So this has to bring this back up to, yeah, so let's reverse this, bring it all back up. No, I don't want to respawn. I want to type, sir. This is stressful. Like, building a drill should not be this stressful. Okay, now we gotta bring these out again. I mean, it is a process. Like, that is for damn sure. It's most definitely a process. Okay, and we lock. Make sure that both of them are locked. This one did not lock. Why did this one not lock? What's going on, dude? Okay. There we go. Now that's kind of holding it in place. Good. All right, and then this gets disconnected and first back to 0. Carl says, pretty sure working on drill rigs is the most stressful. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I would say space combat probably ranks up there too. It's like, you gonna take it and you gonna like it. Basically. Okay, what is the max? Okay, no, so it's definitely set out to where it's supposed to be. It's just being dumb. Alright. Well, let me get that connected here. Okay, I want you to not auto-lock, sir. I think why is it doing it? I don't get it. Auto lock is off, right? It's like there's a glitch in here or something. Now, here's the thing. If I reverse this, it's going to pull the ship with it. Right? So maybe if I... There we go. Just got to get a little creative. Little creative. And by creative, I mean very forceful and making it do... Okay, sir, this is not what I want you to do. Okay, why are you... Okay, sir, can you just drop on here? Thank you. All right. Carl says, yeah, glad I'll be too old to be drafted into the first space war. Right? Depending on how far away that is, I may or may not be too old. It also depends on how desperate they are, too. But unfortunately for me, I have experience and knowledge that would probably be useful to them, so... Alright, I'm gonna get some oxygen real quick. Gordon says, amen, Carl. Alright, so that is now all good. We have to reduce this to 2.2. Then reverse. All right. And no, this one's not far enough. There, good. All right. So I'm just going to delete these ones. And then we'll bring this up the rest of the way. Whoops, that's max distance. It's going to go out to 10. Okay. Now, while that's doing that, we can reverse, bring this up to 2.2. All right, so now we get to the hard part, and that is putting in all of the pistons that I'm going to need. So, wish me luck. I'm going to need it. Okay, so that goes, that goes, that goes, that goes, and that goes. It all goes. And that is absolutely terrifying. Dr. Snuff says, very delayed, but blank, LMAO, I very much approve of this message. Figured you might. All right, and then we're going to put in another piston over into here. And then what I have to do now is get these to connect without invoking Clang. This is a bad idea. This is just a really, 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 really bad idea. Okay, so this is where Clang will show up if he decides to show up. So I'm just going to make sure that this is out of the way. I'm not worried about that guy, our ship, because it's got the blueprint thing on there and the bobs. But this is very much where things break. Okay. I think, maybe. My goodness. Okay, Viking says, good luck, I have faith in ya. Dr. Snow says, quote, this is a bad idea, this is just a really, 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 really bad idea, unquote. Honestly, aren't those just the best? Leads to learning new things one way or another. Gordon McAllister said, oh, they don't line up. Luckily for pistons, the side-by-side doesn't matter so much. It's the distance between that part here and this part here. Like, if you look in between here, right? If that's connected properly, there is no space. But this also is not pushing into this part, and this part is not pushing into that part, right? So you have to get it extremely close in this direction, like just ridiculously close. And then if you can do that, then Clang will sometimes smile upon you. And now this is where things get a little tense, but hopefully it just kind of works. Maybe. Yeah, because it's a lot of weight down there. Think of this like a pendulum, right? And right now, I'm holding that pendulum, which has a 5-pound weight at the bottom of a 2-foot shaft, and I'm holding it by the very, very top of the shaft and trying to stop the pendulum from spinning. That's what's happening right now. So it's doing a marvelous job. But yeah, so that's that. All right. So this can go all the way out, I guess. Oh, that is bouncing quite a lot. But I just want to see how far down I can go with this, and roughly how many more pistons I may need. Okay, so we'll extend another one. Okay. Now that bounce, I'm not going to be able to get rid of that. That is just going to be there. Yeah, there's quite literally nothing that I can do about that. Okay, so let's extend out another one. I'm going to need at least 2 more, I think. So let's extend this one out. See where that takes us. Yeah, we're gonna need 2 more at least. Okay. Yeah, all right. So much weight being moved right now. Okay, so now that we have that, we have to put in a couple more pistons. And this is also where Clang will be more than happy to stop by, say hi, and tell me how I'm doing everything wrong. And he will be quite energetic in his, what do I call that? Demonstration. Alright, so now I need to lock this thing in place. It's a good thing I have these. Like, if I didn't have these, like, this would be like a whole different thing. Okay, so that is now locked in place, which means we now disconnect this and then reverse it. And now that that is disconnected and reversed, we add on another piston head. Okay, now we got to do the alignment thing again, which I'm not all too excited about, but here goes. Okay, so right about there, see how there's very, very little space in there? That is not close enough. That will invite Clang. And not always, but you have a much greater chance of Clang stopping by and saying hi if you do that. So I'm gonna... Okay, we got lucky again. We are connected. Good. And then we can disconnect and retract those again. Now the other thing is that there is no gravity here. So that's, let's see, Gordon says, can you hang some lights on the drills maybe? I was also thinking about that. So let's see, we're going to take this out, put that at 0.5. So if I do put something on the drills, right, it would have to be like in here somewhere. So can I do it? Yeah. Is it gonna look good when I do it? No, because these are diagonals and I don't really have any other flat surface to put this onto. So yeah. And then, you know, more light means more power means more solar that I would need. All right, so now that we have all of this, and this entire thing is completely useless now, which kind of sucks, but we'll leave it as the attempt that an attempt was made, is what we'll say. An attempt was made. Okay, and we'll bring these back out. I can see the thing bouncing. Just, it's terrifying. Okay. So now we disconnect, detach, and then we reverse, then we add a piston head, and then we add another piston into here, and then delete the head off of this, and then once that's built, we try to get ourselves to line up in here again. Ooh, too much, too much, too much. That actually looks pretty spectacular right there. But just because it looks spectacular doesn't mean that Clang won't say hi. So we're going to attach. Okay, we got lucky again. This is why I built the monument to Clang, man. So many things could potentially go wrong here. And the fact that they haven't. Let's see, Gordon McAllister says 10-4. And Dr. Kostanov says, I swear I hear in my mind 10-4, good buddy. You've got the breaker breaker. Need to have that too. Alright. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to extend all of these. And including this one. And that should get us very, very close to the ice. Hopefully not in the ice, because that would be very, very bad. Are we actually in the ice? We're in the ice. Oh, that's no good. Okay. Okay, let's see, let's get you to reverse. That'll allow the other ones to kind of extend a little bit. Luckily nothing broke. Once again, all hail Clang, our Lord and Savior. Okay. So now, with that, one thing I am going to put on here is a nuclear reactor, and the reason for that is because we're going to need the power generation and probably something a little bit more reliable than the solar, but I do plan on building more solar. So let's see, how do I want to build this? We'll do windows. Nope, well, that's got to be saved for a door to get into here. And then go with this. That's just going to go into there, into here. And then one by window slopes again. That goes there, goes here. That is not where I wanted you to go, sir. And window again. Let's see, what is this gonna look like? That does not look right. You know what I could do? Could take that out. Put this in here. So we can actually access it from the outside. And that's how we actually get into there. And then, cargo, we want conveyor cap. It's definitely not what I was looking for. This thing, there we go. All right, so what do you need? Reactor components. Okay, what do you need for reactor components? I need gravel, of all things. Well, I can honestly say that my gravel sifter has done its job. I have 0 gravel. And it also said that I had 0 silver, so that's not great either. But it's fine. And then we're going to need a door. And then this whole thing has to be frosted. There we go. So it's going to be a little reactor room. And then if we need to refill it, we can just go back here. Refill it that way. Otherwise, it'll just be kind of closed up. Okay. I need some oxygen, apparently. All right, so what do I have in here that I could maybe get rid of? I mean, I would need silver. Silver comes in medical components. Wait, don't I have? Yeah, I've got plenty of silver. So I just need gravel. Okay, gravel comes in. Well, it's only used in reactor components, I think. And I actually don't have a good source of stone out here. Surprising. I mean, I can go to like one of these, obviously. But they're all kind of far out there. Okay, so I suppose we could give this thing a try, see how well it works, right? And then it's, wow, it's 9:30? Jeez, I didn't realize I'd been streaming for this long. Okay, get her done. So rotors for the drill heads. We're gonna turn those back on. We're gonna turn that back on. And then we're also gonna go out over here to the drills, turn all of those on. And then let me see what the batteries are doing. They're gonna, okay, so I got a day of power. 1 day, 10 hours, yeah, okay, so that's pretty good. All right, so that is all of those things doing their thing. All right, now we're gonna need this to extend very, very slowly. We're gonna go 0.005, and then that is, yeah, okay. It is moving. It's very, very, very Very, very slowly. Which is kind of what we want. Now, I don't know how long it's going to... Ooh, hey, they're already drilling. Look at that. Nice. Now, my hope is that we're going down slow enough. And we're covering enough ground here. Okay, we got our first deformation there. And then this one will come by. Kind of cool. I'm liking it. All right, and then this one will come by. Let's see. Dr. Close Enough says, time flies when you're having fun, and drill are cool AF. Nice. I'm just hoping that they can drill down enough that we don't actually do any damage, because we're going to hit the ice at like 50 miles an hour. I mean, it looks like it's deforming the ice properly, but still. We're covering a lot of ground. And the next one comes by. Okay, so I think we'll actually be okay. I think we're not going too fast here, which is good, but you can see that this thing is actually swinging back and forth a little bit. Just look at the space between that. You can see that we have a little bit of wobble going on. Hopefully that won't cause any issues though. Let's see. Gordon McAllister says, all hail Clang, LOL. Carl says, I've got to log off. Good night and Happy New Year all. Good night to you as well. Thank you for joining me. Dr. Kosinov says, have a great New Year, Carl. And then Dr. Kosinov says, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, yeah. Okay. It's almost as bad as saying rubber baby buggy bumpers. Alright. Wobble baby. Gordon says, you know the wobble may stop after all the drills are in contact at once. They might. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. And then I also want to see if I'm collecting any of the ice, because that would be cool. Ice, it's in the drills, okay. It's going to large cargo container number 2. We have almost 100,000 ice already. And that's just from barely scratching the surface. But it seems to be drilling pretty well. I mean, I'm not seeing like any major issues here. Oh, sorry. I wanted to get under them. That's terrifying. Okay. It should be decent, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of wobble going on with this right now. Okay, so it's still wobbling a little bit, but not as much as before. I think I've stabilized it a little bit. I'm pretty sure that's not going to hold for very long, though. Let's see. Dr. Costum says, "Wobble" by VIC. Get it? Wow, I read the lyrics to that song and there's a lot of things I didn't notice. Okay. I am not familiar with the song. Yeah. Looks like we're digging down. It's doing its thing. Good. Yeah, that sounds like a hip-hop song, Dr. Kostanov. Because that's kind of what I would expect from a hip-hop song. Oh, and if you guys are looking for something to watch after this, I believe the Y-Files is doing a live, hang out with me stream until midnight, probably longer. So if you're looking for something, I mean, I think that'd be pretty fun. And why is this thing like even with that, trying to hold that piece in there, like it's still wobbling a lot. And I'm worried it's gonna like crash into the edge here that it's making, and then it's just gonna be like, I don't know, damaging something. But yeah, so if you are looking for something to watch, I would definitely suggest the Y-Files. It's got a lot of good videos. Talks about a lot of like conspiracy type stuff, but like literal conspiracy stuff, not like political conspiracy stuff. So it's he's actually not very political in his videos. So if that's something you're looking for, definitely worth watching. And he's got a lot of videos too. He's got like aliens and monsters and, you know, ancient technologies and civilizations and stuff like that. Dutch Ghost Enough says, I think that's fair, thinking it's a hip-hop song on point, to be honest. Says, I'm watching a 911 marathon while cuddling with husband. One pug and a boxer German shepherd snuggled up behind me. So I'm good, but GG on the other streamer. Alright, so I would like to see how far of an extension we've got on this one. We're not even there yet. That's as much as we've done, right? So like a third of a shaft, piston shaft. And we have 461,000 ice. And we're just digging on just like one little corner. Just this one little side right here. It's insane. And that's just going to get like even more ice as we go. Apparently my energy is low. Alright. Let's see. So, massive drill, sort of successful. We'll call it 47% successful. Not quite 48% because 48 is the answer to, oh wait, no, 42 is the answer to everything. But we'll call it 47. So it's functional. It does wobble, but, you know, it is what it is, I think. Gordon says, so hydrogen engine, question mark? That would definitely be one way to power the base rather than going, you know, nuclear. Ooh. Oh, that bump was not great. See, that's why the wobble is not good. Wobble is not good. And also I'm going like really, really fast around all of this too, so. Just hoping it doesn't do too much damage. Oh, yep, see, right there again. That's the wobble. It was hitting the edge of our little cutout right there. So rather than keeping everything, and I wonder if that's adding more wobble or less wobble. I think it's adding more. We may want to stop this for now, because that's going to hit hard right there, I think. No? Okay, maybe we got lucky with the wobble. I mean, we need this to not be on 1,000,001 pistons. And I was hoping that with all of the shafts and the magnetic connection, like those don't really... did something just break? I think something just broke. Yeah, but the bobs fix it. Yeah, the wobble is not good. Yeah, you can see the big divot that we made right there. And it's just from it hitting the edge there at like 50 miles an hour. I mean, I could potentially slow this down a little bit. So let's go rotors, drill heads. Change this to like 2. I mean, they're still kind of flying by, but at least it's a little slower, a little bit more controlled, I think. So that should hopefully help. Yeah, I think that's more manageable. Not seeing anything crash anymore. Looks like the wobble is still there, but less. Nope, we just hit again. And that just stopped everything, and then it probably put in a really big swing in there. There's too much leeway in here, man. Let's see. Gordon says, could you brace it lower like you did in the middle? I could, but that would then take away from the aesthetic that I kind of want out here. And I want this whole area under here to just be open and empty, and then just this really big drill rig just kind of hanging in here, just drilling everything out. Did I hit something again? I think I hit something again. Yeah, it's getting stuck a little bit, but I think it's actually getting to the point to where, like you said, it will stabilize itself. Because it won't be able to push beyond the edge here like it was before. So when it does swing this way, it'll just stop instead of swinging through. And I think with the bobs kind of handling the repairs, I think it'll actually be all right. Yeah, I can still see the swing in here, but it's not as bad as it was, and I think that's because it did hit this a few times, which then kind of self-corrected the swing, I guess. Now, of course, the swing is this way, less than going this way. So I don't know if that's better or worse, but kind of is what it is. Okay, so it's starting to bump over there now, which means that hopefully it'll self-correct itself here as well. And then Gordon says, well, it looks awesome. Thank you. I don't even know how much ice we've pulled out of here right now. Probably a ridiculous amount. Yep, that one's full. That one's close to being full. So, yeah. The wobble actually isn't all that bad right now. That's actually not bad. So I think it hitting the edges like it is actually helping with the wobble. And then of course, like once it gets, you know, kind of more situated where it needs to be, I think it'll actually be pretty good. So I would say this is working. Of course, it's swinging a little bit more now, but as this digs down deeper and we actually get like a good circle for it to operate within, I think it'll be okay. Nope. Looks like we hit another bump over there, which looks like it's actually stabilizing the wobble, because now it's moving a lot less than it was before. So yeah, I think it's working. I think we're okay. Now I'm kind of thinking, yeah, so now it's just kind of wobbling back and forth in here. Yeah, see, so it's kind of like going into here anyway, so I don't actually know how much good these are doing. So I think I'm just going to take them out. And we'll see how bad the wobble gets if I don't have this in there. Okay, so we just basically swung all the way up against, yeah, we're swinging all the way up against the edges here, so certainly interesting. Dr. Osenov says, agreed. And then Gordon says, I was thinking about the hydrogen engine just short-term to cover until you have gravel. I mean, we're going to have so much hydrogen on here that we could probably just run one full-time and like not even think twice about it. Now, in the future, what I would do is I would have the mounting point for this be a lot lower. So that way, instead of, you know, having the opportunity to swing around so much. So like right now, I'm not moving, right? So this is how much that's swinging around just on its own. If I had this mounted lower, it would have less room to move. So, I don't know. Something to think about in the future. Get the drills down as close to the ore as you can before you start doing any crazy, you know, rotational stuff. Yeah, it's getting kind of stuck over here on the edges when it's swinging. Yeah, see, it just got stuck over there. It's just making the whole thing just swing all over the place. That's why we have the bobs. Bobs will keep us protected and saved. Right? Dude, the amount of swing on this thing is ridiculous right now. It's quite literally a pendulum at this point. But as long as it's still digging, that's really all I care about. Because right now we're digging up a lot of ice. Like you can just, if you just take a look at like how many of the drills are actively got little smoke trails after them at any one time. Yeah, we're all the way to the center one. And even beyond the center one at this point. That's insane. Oh, that's gonna hit hard. Oh, nope, didn't hit. Okay. Thought it was gonna hit hard. Okay. Oh, that hit. Okay. It's a good thing I put those little panels over there. They're protecting the drills as far as I can tell. Oh, hit it again. That one hit pretty hard. Uh-oh. Are we gonna clang out? I don't know, man. This is pretty insane right now. Yep, we just hit that again. All right. Just hit it again. Jeez. This is insane. Yeah, it's... Oh, we actually broke something that time. Uh-oh. That's no good. Alright, playtime's over, guys. If you can't stay and do what you need to do. I mean, we're almost all the way there, though. But we'll set this to 0. And then we'll go in here and control our rotors. Yeah, I think it's just, there's too much swing right now. Like, if we look down here, like, the amount of swing that it's got right now is kind of ridiculous. I mean, that's a good, like, 3-4 blocks of swing right now. And that's just damaging everything. Yeah, look at this. It's just crawling all over the place. I don't know, man. This is just crazy. Yeah, too much swing. So it's too many subgrids. If anything, we should probably take out a lot of these pistons here and replace them with these. But even then, like, I think ideally we would take this and put a structure down, probably to like one of these 2 blocks right here, and then make our connection on there. But right now this is it's a little rough. It's a little rough. That guy took some damage. But I'm going to turn off all the drills now. Now hopefully that'll help this thing stabilize a little bit. But yeah, so pendulum effect on here is pretty bad. So and we're not like down far enough into the ice that it kind of keeps itself, you know, where it needs to be. So you can see, like, even right now, like, we still have a lot of swinging back and forth. But we can take and see how much ice we have. So we have 2 full containers, 3 full containers, and another 500,000 in that one. So that should be enough to last us a while. But with that, I think that'll probably be good to end the stream there. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed watching. It was a little frustrating at first, trying to get it to work, and then finding out that I can't get it to work that I want. And then, let's see, Dr. Hosanov says, all hail Bob and Clang. Yep. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys all for joining me. I do appreciate it. 3-hour stream tonight. That's insane. Anyways, that's going to be it for me. Have a good one.